What if I told you that the heaviness in your legs, the slow steps, the feeling that your body hesitates for a split second before moving is not just aging, but could be your body quietly warning you that something is missing, something your legs desperately need right now? And here's the unsettling part. Most people never find out what it is until that heaviness turns into weakness. That weakness turns into imbalance. And one day, a simple walk across the room doesn't feel simple anymore. Before we go any further, I want you to do something small with me. Just notice your legs right now. Don't move yet. Just feel them. Do they feel light or slightly heavy, warm or a little cold, responsive or just a tiny bit slow? Now gently move your feet or shift your weight. Did everything respond instantly, or was there even the slightest delay? That tiny delay, that subtle heaviness, that's not something to ignore, because your legs rely on one thing more than anything else: steady, smooth blood flow. And when that flow begins to slow down, even slightly, your body feels it immediately, not as pain at first, but as heaviness, stiffness, fatigue, the kind most people casually blame on getting older. But here's the truth most people never hear. Your body doesn't just slow down for no reason. There's always a cause. And in many cases, that cause is surprisingly simple. It comes down to whether your body has the right support to keep your blood vessels flexible, open, and responsive. Because inside your legs, there's a vast network of tiny blood vessels working every second to push blood upward against gravity. When they're healthy, you don't even notice them. But when they begin to struggle, your legs are the first place you feel it. They feel heavier, tire faster, and don't recover the way they used to. Now here's where things get interesting, because researchers who followed older adults over several years noticed something unusual. Some people maintained strong, steady movement well into later life. They walked confidently or stood comfortably or moved without hesitation, while others gradually slowed down even when they were otherwise healthy. And the difference wasn't just exercise. It wasn't just genetics. It often came down to something much simpler: whether their bodies were getting enough of a few key nutrients that support circulation at the most basic level. Not magic pills, not extreme routines, just the fundamental building blocks your blood vessels rely on every single day. And when even one of these is low, your circulation can quietly suffer. Let's start with something most people completely overlook. There's a nutrient that helps guide calcium to the right places in your body, like your bones, and keeps it away from places it doesn't belong, like your blood vessels. Because when calcium begins to settle inside vessel walls, those vessels lose flexibility. They become stiff, narrow, and less able to expand when your body needs more blood flow. Over time, that can make your legs feel tight, heavy, even slightly restricted. The tricky part is, this nutrient isn't found in large amounts in most modern diets. Even people who eat healthy can still be low, especially as the body becomes less efficient with age. Now think about this. If your blood vessels are like flexible tubes, there's another factor that protects those tubes from daily wear and tear. Every single day, your body produces unstable molecules that can damage delicate tissues, including the inner lining of your blood vessels. When that lining becomes irritated or weakened, blood doesn't flow as smoothly as it should. It's subtle at first, but over time, it adds up. That's where certain protective nutrients come in, helping your body defend and maintain that inner lining, so blood can keep moving freely without resistance. And then there's something even more fundamental. Your blood vessels themselves are built from structural proteins, the same kind that keep your skin firm and your joints supported. Without the right support, those structures gradually weaken. They lose their elasticity, their ability to expand and contract easily. And when that happens, your legs have to work harder just to do what once felt effortless. Here's something most people don't realize. Some nutrients your body needs can't be stored for long periods. They need to be replenished regularly. If not, your body quietly runs low and small problems begin to appear, not all at once, but slowly. A little more fatigue here, a little more stiffness there, until one day you notice things just don't feel the same anymore. Now we're getting to something that works in a very noticeable way. There's a compound that can temporarily widen blood vessels, allowing more blood to pass through. Some people even feel a gentle warmth when this happens, a sign that circulation is improving, even if only for a short time. But here's the important part. It's not about chasing quick sensations. It's about supporting your body consistently, so those improvements can last, because real change doesn't come from one moment. It comes from what you do repeatedly. And then there's one factor that affects your body far more deeply than most people think. It behaves almost like a master switch, influencing how your blood vessels respond, how flexible they remain, and how efficiently blood reaches even the smallest areas of your body, including your feet, your calves, your legs. The surprising part is, many people don't get enough of it, even if they spend time outdoors, because the body's ability to produce and use it changes over time. And when levels drop, blood vessels may not relax as easily. Circulation can become less efficient, and your legs can begin to feel it long before anything shows up on a test. But the most overlooked factor of all, the one that quietly affects both your blood and your nerves, is something your body depends on to carry oxygen, to maintain communication between your brain and your muscles, and to keep everything working in sync. When levels are low, your legs might feel numb, tingly, weak, or slightly disconnected, the kind of feeling people often describe as, "My legs just don't feel like they used to." And here's the difficult truth. As people get older, the body may not absorb this as efficiently as before, even if the diet looks perfectly fine. So you can be eating well, doing your best, and still not getting what your body actually needs. That's why paying attention to these subtle signals matters so much. Because your body doesn't suddenly fail. It whispers first. It sends small signs, quiet changes, hoping you'll notice before they turn into something harder to reverse. And the good news is, in many cases, when you give your body the support it's been missing, it responds. Gradually, your legs may begin to feel lighter, warmer, more responsive, not overnight, but steadily, in a way that feels natural, not forced. So instead of accepting heaviness as just aging, it might be worth asking a different question. What is my body trying to tell me? And what might it be missing? Because sometimes the difference between feeling limited and feeling capable again comes down to something small, something simple, something most people never think to check. And once you start paying attention, you might be surprised at what your body is still capable of. Now I'm really curious about you. Be honest with me. When you stand up or start walking, do your legs feel completely normal? Or do you notice even a slight heaviness, stiffness, or delay? Type normal or heavy in the comments, because your answer might help someone else realize they're not alone in what they're feeling.